Had a good snowmobile ride up here, gained a bunch of elevation, got into some beautiful subalpine forest, and as we got higher in elevation, cut a few different trails of what looked like lynx tracks, most likely, and just beautiful open forest up here. Really optimistic that this should yield some good results.
We've had bait stations in this particular area for years and have had really good luck with some of the rare carnivores. Also, we're really close to the Canadian border, so we're in the part of the Selkirks that connects to the larger core populations in Canada. So this is kind of where animals extend down into Idaho.
Yeah, so the most important thing about good camera trapping is having it in the right location. You know, these attractants aren't going to draw animals out of their preferred habitat. You need to kind of just finish that last little distance to get them, you know, maybe just to come a little ways out of their ways to check out your station. So we're creating a little wilderness studio to photograph carnivores, and with good lighting for any photo, you know, you want your key light, your primary light, to be coming, usually for more dramatic lighting, you want it to come from the sides rather than from straight where you're looking, because that gives it a really flat appearance. So to draw out some shadows and create some depth in the images, I've got two lights set off to the side, and then I'm going to put one light closer to where the camera is. That'll act as a fill light, which will shoot really low light, but just kind of bring out the eyes of the animal, help that animal stand out in the landscape, and maybe even also kind of illustrate the landscape as well with the lighting. The only crux is we got to get a lynx or wolverine to step in about 10 square feet in this whole mountain range, and then we've got a beautiful shot. That's the only thing left. It's up to the animal now. We've done our part. I'm looking at these footprints, and there's really only two animals that this could be up in the subalpine in the winter. For the length of the stride and the size of the tracks and how shallow they are, this is either a wolverine or a lynx. Well, we showed back up and everything was here and still working, so this is a major accomplishment with camera trapping, just having it all still functioning when you get back. So when we checked the camera out, we found photos of a pine marten, snowshoe hare, Steller's jay, and a squirrel. We got a couple of keepers for sure, which is great. And after looking at the shots we got, I decided I wanted a slightly different angle on the in the set to get a little different background and to change the lighting up to kind of help highlight the animals that we were getting a little bit better. Really, where the rubber meets the road with conservation in the 21st century is thinking on a landscape level, thinking on an ecosystem level. Animals that cover large home ranges depend on intact ecosystems for their survival. So when we see a wolverine or a lynx or another rare carnivore with large home range, we're not just seeing an individual animal, they are kind of a manifestation of a functional ecosystem. And in order for them to survive, we need to care for this entire ecosystem. I want to bring these animals to a larger audience and kind of bring them out of the shadows of the wilderness, so to speak, and accentuate who they are and the amazing lives they live.